Coming up, how does Manatee County plan to pay for resource officers on every campus next school year? Plus, a Miami man is behind bars accused of firing shots earlier this week on Lido Beach. Now, construction near the 10th Street boat ramp in Sarasota could help the future of Sarasota Bay. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at noon.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping our news today at noon, the struggle to fund mandated school resource officers. Right now, Manatee County government is debating cutting funding for SROs or raising taxes to pay for them. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from the commission meeting in Bradenton with the latest this afternoon. Jess?
Scott, when state lawmakers passed the Marjory Stoneman Douglas Public Safety Act, part of that included mandating that every school in Florida have a school resource officer in it. While the state is providing some extra funding for that, it's not nearly enough. And now the sheriff's office, county government, and the school board are discussing how to pay for those extra officers. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office has hired an additional 34 deputies to ensure there's one deputy in every elementary, middle school, and 2 in every high school. According to Manatee County government, that costs $5.6 million. Typically, the county and school districts split that cost. That means they'd each pay $2.8 million. Last year, the county only paid $900,000. Now, county commissioners are saying they'd have to raise taxes in order to continue to pay their half of that 50-50 split for SROs.
So we all have to look at this fiscally. I'm all for supporting you guys. We have not raised our millage since 2009. And not many counties can, I think, say that in Florida. We've got to look at this where we can help you and we can still help us and us be solvent.
Manatee County commissioners were not ready to make a decision on funding yet today. They're waiting for some numbers from the school district. The district and the county commissioners plan to meet again on May 8th. Reporting live in Manatee County, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jess, thanks for that update. Police departments across the country are running short on new recruits, and the lack of new hires is hitting smaller towns and cities even harder, including communities here on the Suncoast. Northport Police are hoping offering higher pay may help. ABC 7's Marla Spence has more on how they plan to make that happen.
The Northport Police Department is in need of more officers. To reel in applicants, the department is offering up to 15% above the starting pay. Currently, a certified sworn officer with Northport makes a little over $41,000 starting off. The increase in starting pay is based on how many years of experience and service a new officer has. This means a new certified officer with experience could make up to $47,000 starting off. Christopher Morales, the interim chief of police in Northport, tells us increasing pay is a good way to recruit and retain trained officers. He says there are many reasons why there's a shortage.
Times have changed, society has changed. The way I would say how people approach law enforcement or look at law enforcement is probably quite different than it was many, many years ago.
Morales also says providing student resource officers to local schools for the Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School Public Safety Act could be taxing on police departments by pulling officers off the streets. Morales says the department is actively looking for new officers, including recruits. Although recruits won't be working right away, the department invests in each qualified cadet by paying academy costs and offering a salary of about $35,000.
We're hiring as of right now for 10 more vacancies, and then next year, of course, we'll be asking for 8 more officers to cover our future traffic unit that we're building and requesting additional officers for patrolling of the West Villages district in the city of Northport.
Today, the police union with Northport Police Department will be voting on the proposed pay increases. If agreed on by the union, it'll then go to city leaders where they'll have their input on May 8th at a city commission meeting. I'm Marla Spence reporting in Northport for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Marla, thank you. An update now out of Sarasota County, where a convicted felon from Miami is being held behind bars, facing charges for Sunday night shooting on Lido Beach. Sarasota police now charging the 27-year-old with 2 counts of aggravated assault along with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Police say he pointed his handgun and fired the gun several times. Fortunately, neither of the victims were hurt, though. Witnesses say a brawl broke out just before sunset that later escalated to gunshots. New developments surrounding the suspect in yesterday's deadly van attack in Toronto. The 25-year-old appeared in court this morning. He's accused of jumping a curb and plowing through a sidewalk packed with pedestrians, killing 10 people and injuring 15 others. ABC's Elizabeth Herr is in New York with the latest.
25-year-old Alec Minassian in court this morning as police continue their search for a motive in what the Canadian Prime Minister is calling a senseless attack.
On behalf of all Canadians, I offer my deepest, heartfelt condolences to the loved ones of all those who were killed, and we wish a full recovery.
This new surveillance video showing the deadly van massacre in broad daylight. Eyewitnesses telling ABC News the van swerved across multiple lanes of traffic before jumping onto the sidewalk and hitting pedestrians across 16 blocks.
I couldn't believe what I seen, man. It was like, oh man, everybody, all these people on the streets getting hit one by one.
And all I can envision is that vivid image of the lady being on top of his hood and then being thrown to the ground. And then he ran over her as he plowed to the crowd.
Eyewitnesses are still in shock. The suspect's neighbors also in disbelief.
This is our first great tragedy of this kind in the Toronto area. And Toronto will never be the same again.
Toronto, now a city in mourning. Overnight, a moment of silence at the Toronto Maple Leafs game, and this makeshift memorial at the site of the attack growing by the hour. Well, today Minassian was charged with 10 counts of murder and 13 counts of attempted murder. As for a motive, it remains under investigation. For now, police say they believe this attack was intentional, but not terror-related. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
Just days after losing his wife Barbara, former President George H.W. Bush is in the hospital. He's being treated in intensive care for an infection that has spread to his blood. Less than a day after his wife's funeral, former President Bush was admitted to a Houston hospital for sepsis and low blood pressure. However, his spokesman says today that he is responding well to treatments and appears to now be on the road to recovery, which is very encouraging news. Let's check on our weather now with meteorologist John Scalzi. And I noticed things were wet when I got up this morning, so I guess we had a few showers in the area.
Oh, we had some huge showers.
Yeah.
In the area. Actually, they moved on through. Some of them even, produced hail. And for a storm to be producing hail in the middle of the night is a pretty impressive storm.
It sure is.
So yeah, we had something. As a cold front had moved through, but now we got some sunshine out there, and we are on the way to a couple of absolutely gorgeous days. I'll tell you what, for April, the next couple of days are going to be spectacular. Lakewood Ranch webcam put into motion shows, a few of those clouds that kind of rolled on through and actually produced a little bit of rainfall in places. Not a lot, but some. Heavy downpours, but fast-moving storms, so total accumulation's not all that great. But we're having some ongoing showers in inland areas now, and I think that's mainly where we will see any rainfall that occurs this afternoon. I think along the coastline we're probably going to be okay, but inland will put about a 20% chance of showers this afternoon. We have a west wind or northwest wind that's helping to produce those inland showers, and even a few of them are thunderstorms, mostly along the front itself, which is now south of us. A little bit of cloud cover as well. There's still a moisture plume that's across central Florida, and in fact the chance of thunderstorms still exists for parts of the Suncoast, as I said, mostly in inland areas, and especially along the other coastline where there's a chance of perhaps even some stronger to severe weather. Local temperatures are mild, coming in the upper 70s. I think we'll probably top it out in the low 80s today, and the next 2 or 3 days are going to be amazing. We'll talk about that coming up in just a few, Scott.
Thank you, John. Construction is now underway on a major road project that's blocking a portion of 10th Street in Sarasota. City workers are digging up the road between Central and Coconut Avenues, blocking the westbound lanes. They're installing what's called a nutrient separating baffle box, which will clean stormwater runoff before it flows into Sarasota Bay. The project is just a few hundred yards from the bay. This baffle box installation is the final stage of the 10th Street Boat Basin dredging project. Nearby businesses are hoping the project does not cause much financial fallout.
Construction, we know our regulars will find us, and we'll continue to be open through the fall as the project continues.
City hopes the project will be complete by the fall. Still to come in your Suncoast News, why skipping breakfast could actually make you gain some weight. I'll tell you why. and how Amazon plans to send packages directly to your car with the help of their new delivery service.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Motor Trend said the new Alfa Romeo Giulia is hands down the best sports sedan you can buy today, and named it the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
My name is Stefan Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been injured in a car accident, the state of Florida only gives you a specific amount of time to file a claim. So act now, give us a call.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Thank you.
What are you doing? You are the best protection she has. Buddy up. I'm Jill Harrington. Please visit HelpSaveTheNextGirl.com and get involved.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
When evaluating the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, Car and Driver magazine said every crossover should be this good to drive. We agree. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So if you look at the current conditions, there's one thing in particular on all of these numbers that is going to impact our weather over the next several days. And that one thing is the wind direction, northwest. Northwest wind is going to draw down drier air and keep us in some beautiful weather for several days. 77 the current air temperature, dew point now at 66. That dew point value lowered by about 5 degrees since we started off the day, and the reason, the northwest wind. Coming in at about 13 right now. The wind is going to be a little bit blustery throughout the day today. Now, we still have, as I mentioned, a few showers around. Nothing like what we saw earlier on in the morning. We had some big storms around, multiple lightning strikes, small pea-sized hail, gusty winds up to 40 miles an hour or better. Those storms have since moved south, and there is the risk of some more of those stronger storms for parts of the state of Florida, but not for us. The low-pressure area, with its attendant cold front draped across the Florida Peninsula, exiting out into Gulf waters, continues to move toward the east, and as it does so, that high-pressure ridge will build in. As it builds in, the kind of squeeze play between that high-pressure ridge building in and the frontal boundary down to our south is creating these stronger winds funneling in out of the northwest. And that'll be with us throughout the day today, through tonight as well. In fact, it'll get kind of breezy a little bit later on for boaters especially, so watch for that. A little bit of cloud cover across the region still left over, especially in inland areas, but that gives way to sunshine over the next several days. It's going to be really wall-to-wall sunshine by tomorrow. The drier air moves in. It's starting to now, but tomorrow you will really notice it. Tomorrow, it doesn't get any better in Florida. Weekend rain chances, perhaps, as another system still back to the west approaches and brings us a chance of showers as we head into Saturday. Not a big chance, but it's in the forecast. There's that plume of dry air riding on the water vapor imagery. That dry air is aloft, and it promises us a beautiful sunset tonight. And as I mentioned, all that sunshine over the next several days. Boaters, take note. Wind speeds will be up there, about 15 knots throughout the afternoon into the evening hours, and then overnight as well. They should start to tame down a little bit by tomorrow, but still, you're looking at 2-foot seas building to 3-foot seas and a moderate chop. So the forecast looks good for today. We're looking at a daytime high that tops out about 82. We'll have a 20% chance of those showers in inland areas. I don't think we'll see a lot near the coast. Overnight low about 67. Tomorrow, 78 degrees, full sunshine, low relative humidity. Oh, that's fantastic. Thursday, same pretty much. Friday, we'll probably start to see a little bit more moisture start to work its way in, but it's Saturday when that next system comes through when we may squeeze out a shower or two, but that's about it. Once the front that produces these few showers moves through, then more dry air comes into play, and we'll start off Sunday and the next week looking absolutely great. First day of the next work week, also just beautiful. A little bit warmer, but still dry. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. In Health Smart, you may want to think twice before skipping breakfast. A new study shows skipping the first meal of the day could cause you to gain weight. ABC's Janae Norman has more.
A new study confirms if you skip breakfast, you're more likely to gain weight. That study in experimental biology followed 347 healthy adults with a normal weight or body mass index over 12 years. Researchers found that people who never ate breakfast or skipped breakfast more than 3 times per week had a higher waist circumference. The most weight gain was found in those that never ate breakfast, and the least weight gain in those that ate breakfast 5 to 7 times per week. Eating breakfast helps to decrease cravings later in the day that can lead to unhealthy choices. Eating a well-balanced breakfast can also help to control portion size of the rest of the meals and decrease overeating. While eating breakfast can help you lose weight, the calories you consume should be less than you use in order to do that. That means that meal choices in general should be well balanced in order to see weight loss. Exercise is also still important for muscle building, which helps to burn calories as well. Breakfast is still the most important meal of the day. Eat those Wheaties to prevent future weight gain. With this Medical Minute, I'm Janae Norman, ABC News.
Doctors Hospital of Sarasota and Sarasota Memorial Hospital celebrating A grades in patient safety. The Leapfrog Safety Group releasing its hospital safety grades, and Doctors Hospital got an A for the 8th year in a row, and this is SMH's 3rd A rating. The Leapfrog Group says the hospitals earn an A for their effort in protecting patients from harm and meeting the highest safety standards in the country. Doctors Hospital also recently earned 5 stars from the Center for Medicaid Services for quality of its care. All right, let's head over to the kitchen now and say hello to our guest today, Chef Eddie Izeri from Apollonia Grill. Eddie, great to have you back. What are you fixing for us today?
Hi, Scott. Thanks for having me. So today we'll do one of my favorite dishes, which is chicken margarita.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running. And right now, you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $219 a month or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Experience the Classical Music Celebration May 11th and 12th at the historic Sarasota Opera House. World-class musicians include guitar duo Charisma, currently touring with Andrea Bocelli. Tickets available online or by phone.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining. Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC 7.
Happening right now, a major slowdown on I-75.
Behind me, traffic is just completely bumper to bumper. Take alternate routes this morning.
Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. on ABC 7. ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Welcome back. New at noon. Amazon rolling out a new service today, delivering packages right to your car, even when you're not there. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis has an exclusive look.
First, they announced the drones. Then came in-home delivery. Amazon technology letting a delivery person open your door and leave the goods inside. Now, this morning, the retail giant is revolutionizing the shopping game once again, unveiling its new Amazon Key in-car delivery. Here's how it works. You place an order on Amazon and select the in-car shipping option. The delivery person arrives, scans your package, which automatically sends a signal through the cloud to unlock your car.
So when I come back to my car, I unlock it, I open the trunk, and there's my package.
The service launches today in 37 cities around the country and is currently compatible with any 2015 or newer connected Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, or Volvo. Free to Amazon's 100 million Prime members.
What Amazon has done is that they have integrated themselves so much into that Amazon customer's life that this is just one more step to make it easy to get their products.
When Amazon launched its in-home delivery service, it was understandably met with safety questions. After all, you're allowing a stranger to access your home. Despite those initial concerns, Amazon tells ABC News customers are rating their in-home deliveries positively, with an average of 4.8 out of 5 stars in the Amazon Key app. And they say they're expecting the same with in-car delivery.
What if someone hacks into that cloud?
You know, security is one of the things that has been most important to us as we build this service. And this has been run through a rigorous security review.
Customers get notifications each step of the way and can choose to block delivery up until the package is in the car.
So the morning of arrival, you get the notification that says it's coming today between 11 and 3 p.m.
That's right. Right before the delivery driver shows up, you get another notification that says your vehicle is in the correct delivery area and we're going to be arriving soon. After it has been delivered, you get a final notification.
Once the package is in the trunk, the driver must swipe the delivery app to lock your car before moving on to their next stop.
That's Rebecca Jarvis reporting. Amazon says the Suncoast is included in this new service and they expect in-car deliveries to catch on very soon. Let's get back to the kitchen now. John is with our good friend, Chef Eddie from Apollonia Grill. Guys?
One thing Amazon will never be able to do is cook like Eddie. Good to have you, Eddie. Always a pleasure. What you cooking for us today?
All right, so today we're doing one of my favorite dishes. It's sort of like a chicken parmesan, but it's a little bit different. We call it chicken margarita because it's almost like a margarita pizza. It's got the tomatoes, it's got the parmesan, it's got the basil, and the mozzarella cheese. So,
nice.
So I got some small chicken cutlets right here. It's very, very small, cut, sliced about half an inch to a quarter inch.
And these are not pounded or anything?
No, they're not pounded.
Okay, so you don't have to do that.
Yeah, they're really tender. So I'm going to put them in a little bit in flour. My flour here, it's seasoned with a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt. And you shake all that excess flour. I'll put them on an egg wash or just beaten egg. And then from that, we're going to go into our panko breadcrumbs. Now, in the restaurant, we like using panko breadcrumbs because they're consistent. They get very crispy. They get a really nice color to it, too.
Nice crunch.
Right, exactly. So, but you can use any kind of breadcrumbs you like.
Let me ask you about egg washes. I have been told that, or I've read actually, that you don't need to put water in the egg wash, but you can also put water in the egg wash if you want to.
We put a little bit of water just because I think it helps with the consistency. Okay. So that way it just kind of waters down a little bit, so it's not so clumpy, you know, with the egg. So we're gonna fry this on a nice pan, heated pan with some olive oil in there.
Okay.
Just want to, you know, get a nice crust, nice color in it, golden brown. That's what you're looking for. Now that's going to take about a couple minutes. You don't have to cook it on the pan because, yeah, our cream
smells good.
Our cream getting going here. So actually, I'm going to add some pasta to that, and then we'll just.
What is that?
This is angel hair pasta, and it's got a little cream, a little pesto sauce that we're going to serve it with our chicken. So I'm just going to add a little bit more pesto here.
Does that smell good.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So I hate to jump around on you here,
No
Eddie,
problem.
but back to your chicken. And when you're cooking that now, you're just going to brown it a little bit. Then are you going to finish it off in the oven, or?
That's right. So it should look something like this.
Oh,
right
when
here.
it comes out of the fry pan.
That's right.
Gotcha.
You don't want to cook it all the way because you're going to put this in the oven.
Okay.
All right. So let me just start with the other steps of this.
So you just toasted a skunk.
That's right. So and then we have some roasted tomatoes. Now you want to roast the tomatoes in the oven because they'll get more concentrated, more flavor, and you put a little bit of Parmesan cheese in it, and it just really makes a really nice flavor to.
And the Parmesan cheese goes on before you roast them?
Before you roast them. So you drizzle some olive oil, you put some Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper, and you put them in the oven. About 8 to 10 minutes or so.
Roasted, not broiled.
Yeah, that's right. So I got some
what
tomatoes
like 375, something
375,
like that?
400, it's fine. Then I got some roughly chopped basil here, and some of that fresh mozzarella that you like.
Oh man, I've been dining on that. That's good stuff. You want that on top?
That's right. So
Let
a
me
couple
help you out
slices
here.
on that, please.
Okay.
Thank you. What do we have here? Let me see really quick. There we go. So that's it. Our dish is finished. So we're going to put this in the oven. Now, hopefully the chicken that we have inside is fully cooked now.
All right, we got about 30 seconds left. While
It
you pull
is.
the cooked one out of the oven, I'll remind everyone that the recipe for this is on our website, mysuncoast.com. Go on the website, click on the dining link page. It'll take you right there.
All right, so I'm going to serve this with some angel hair pasta. I'm going to try to be quick here so we can finish the dish. There we go. And this is that chicken with a
Wow, look at that.
melted mozzarella.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about right
Put
there.
that right on top. And just the other one. And two should do it.
Beautiful.
You can sprinkle some more basil or a little bit of olive oil or Parmesan cheese on top, and there you go. You got a beautiful lunch or dinner.
Apollonia Grill. Thank you very much,
Thank
Chef
you, John.
Eddie. Recipe on our website. We'll be right back.
Get to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota for big savings during the spring sales event. Shop the area's largest selection of new 2018 Jeep Wranglers, or get the most awarded SUV of all time, a new Jeep Cherokee, for as little as $19,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in the all-new Jeep Compass for just $17,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it today at Sunset Maserati, Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here.
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds. No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm going to show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch the Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffy Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Coming up, President Trump continues his first state visit with France's Emmanuel Macron, what the two world leaders are set to discuss. Plus, the new details about the alleged Waffle House shooter in Tennessee. And a Florida commission starts its investigation into the police response to the Stoneman Douglas High School shooting.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 12:30.
Welcome back. Our top story at 12:30. President Trump is welcoming French President Emmanuel Macron to the White House again today. Macron is getting the star treatment in Washington as the president's first official state visitor. ABC's Diane Mikado has more.
This morning, the state dining room tables are set, complete with candles and centerpieces. Outside the room, more than 1,200 branches of cherry blossoms line the hallway. 150 guests are expected at President Trump's first state dinner, where French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte will be guests of honor. On the menu, rack of lamb, jambalaya, and creme fraiche ice cream. Last night, it was a double date, with the Trumps and Macrons dining at George Washington's home, Mount Vernon. Macron and his wife also got their first tour of the Oval Office.
Never in the Oval Office. You have not been in the Oval Office.
Macron's office even live-streamed the event as Trump showed him the Resolute desk and pointed out where a young John F. Kennedy Jr. would play, depicted in this famous picture. The French First Lady then asked about a pair of phones.
This is where I speak to your husband. I speak especially on this one. I'll show you. This one? That's the one. And that's supposed to be the latest and the greatest, but who knows nowadays.
But it's not all pleasure. The presidents are expected to discuss several issues they don't agree on, including the Iran nuclear deal. President Trump is threatening to reject an extension of the deal by the May 12th deadline, but Macron and other European leaders are lobbying Trump not to withdraw from the pact, saying it could lead to Iran restarting its nuclear program, similar to North Korea's.
On nuclear, let's preserve this framework because it's better than a sort of North Korean type of situation.
Diane Macedo, ABC News, New York.
Mike Pompeo avoiding history. The Secretary of State nominee was expected to receive a rare rebuke from a Senate committee today, but thanks in part to a bipartisan move, Pompeo passed on a positive note. Up next for him, a vote in the full Senate later this week. Pompeo seems poised to pass that after getting the support of several Democratic senators. GOP Senator Rand Paul also voicing his allegiance to Pompeo after originally pushing back. And President Trump's pick to run the Veterans Affairs Department has run into some trouble getting appointed. Rear Admiral Ronnie Jackson's confirmation hearing was scheduled for Wednesday, but lawmakers now say the hearings will be delayed indefinitely. Sources say lawmakers on both sides have concerns about allegations related to improper conduct against Jackson, who is President Trump's personal physician. No word yet on what the possible issues may be. Here on the Suncoast, racial tension on the campus of Riverview High School after a controversial picture surfaced on social media. A Riverview student holding a racist message asking his girlfriend to prom. It went viral after another student posted a picture of it on her Facebook page. She says this is not the first time racial incidents have happened on Riverview's campus.
I've just been complaining about someone been calling me the N-word. We've had our problems, we dealt with it, or they tried to deal with it. I don't know why it took them this long, or it took administration this long to figure out how big of a problem this is, but I'm glad something's being done about it now.
School district officials say this is still an ongoing investigation and any possible disciplinary action will be made in the coming weeks. Remember, for more on the latest breaking news across the country and here on the Suncoast, as well as First Alert weather forecast, you can download our apps. Find them in your app store under WWSB or My Suncoast. And meteorologist John Scholes joins us now with our forecast here on the Suncoast. And I can't wait to get outside for lunch because it sounds like the day is improving as we go on here.
Don't you know? I know. I have some outdoor activities planned a little bit later on today and tomorrow. Going to automate my tomato growing operation out there in the backyard.
How do you do that?
You know, just hook up some hoses that are on a timer, that kind of thing.
Okay.
But, you know, I can't wait to get out there and play around out in the yard. It's going to be gorgeous. And we're only going to get about 2 or 3 days, you know, before the humidity and heat start returning. So now is the time. I hope you guys get a chance to get out there and enjoy the weather because, oh, it is going to be beautiful. Had some pretty stormy weather around, actually. Last night, 10 mobile homes were damaged in Apollo Beach by probably what was a downburst wind from a thunderstorm. And then this morning, we had a thunderstorm producing hail in the middle of the night. So all of that pretty exciting stuff for a frontal boundary sinking southward. And that was a weak frontal boundary. But it's gone now, and skies are turning blue, as you can see on the Van Wezel webcam there. A few lingering showers left in inland areas. We'll put a 20% chance for an inland shower in the forecast today. You can see that plume of moisture riding along the frontal boundary as it continues to press southward. That is going to continue to produce a little moisture today, enough to produce a few of those showers. But with that wind forecast to continue coming out of the northwest by computer models, expect to see most of those showers to be in inland areas. Running around 4 or 5 degrees cooler than 24 hours ago at this time. We are on our way to a cooler afternoon. Daytime highs will top out in the low 80s. Plenty of sunshine, little chance of rainfall for most of us. Complete forecast coming up in a few.
John, thank you. We're learning new details today out of Tennessee, where the suspect in that deadly Waffle House shooting is finally in custody, captured after a day and a half on the run. ABC's Ariel Reshef is in Nashville, where police say the suspect was still armed when they caught him.
A towering quadruple murder suspect shuffled into jail, captured after a 36-hour manhunt that terrorized a community. A tip from a citizen leading to the arrest. 29-year-old Travis Reinking cornered by a swarm of officers, cuffed in the woods behind his own apartment complex.
Detective Williams drew down on the suspect. The suspect proned out. He told him to get on the ground. He got on the ground immediately.
Reinking, seen here in this video feed from court, charged with 4 counts of criminal homicide.
Do you have any question about your charges or your bond?
No, I don't.
Police say he was found with a backpack and a semi-automatic handgun with ammunition.
When he was caught, he did have a maroon shirt, dark jeans, and a black backpack with, again, a silver Kimbrough semi-automatic weapon.
Reinking had been on the run since the Sunday morning massacre at this Waffle House just outside Nashville. Police say he showed up wearing nothing but a green jacket, opening fire with this AR-15, killing 4 people before being tackled by patron James Shaw Jr. as he attempted to reload his rifle, then taking off. Grief and anguish for those lost. 23-year-old Aquila Da Silva, an aspiring rap artist. 21-year-old DeEbony Groves, a Dean's List Belmont University senior studying social work. 29-year-old Teron Sunderland, a longtime employee of Waffle House. 20-year-old Joe Perez's mother saying his family is shattered, asking for prayers.
That's Ariel Reshef reporting. Federal authorities are now looking into why Reinking's father allegedly gave guns back to his son, and so far police say they have no clear motive. Reinking is being held on 4 counts of murder and a $2 million bond. Happening here in Florida, the U.S. Department of Justice is sending $1 million to help with the cost of law enforcement officers and other emergency workers that were involved in the response to the deadly shooting at Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland. Governor Rick Scott seeking the money to reimburse the state and the communities faced with the aftermath of the February incident. The grant will also cover some of the overtime pay cost with 18 agencies involved in the response. A commission tasked with investigating government actions surrounding the massacre and the state's other mass shootings held its first meeting this morning. The commission learning faulty classroom designs and police radios and 911 systems contributed to the chaos and possibly to some of the 17 deaths. Teachers could not lock their classroom doors from the inside as they tried to lock down their students February 14th. They had to open their doors and then use a key to lock them from the outside. The Broward Sheriff's radios were not on the same channel as the Coral Springs Police, and the 2 primary agencies that responded. Attempts to merge those radio channels failed, preventing the 2 departments from sharing any information. Caught on camera, the Orange County Sheriff's Office says the man accused in a distraction theft that caused panic at a Florida mall has now been caught. Kevin Trena was arrested in South Carolina. Investigators say he stole a Rolex watch worth nearly $17,000 from a jewelry store inside the mall last month, while another man set off fireworks. Surveillance video shows frantic shoppers and employees running for cover, believing someone was firing a gun. Investigators are still looking for the suspect who set off that fireworks. 2 construction workers are rescued after being trapped on a piece of dangling scaffolding near Miami this morning. Both workers were secured by harnesses and ropes. When that scaffolding gave way, first responders had to rappel down from the roof to reach them. After the pair dangled off the side for almost an hour, they were rescued and neither were hurt. Now to some good news for the Sunshine State. Florida celebrating another year of record tourism numbers. More than 116 million visitors visited the state last year. That's about a 3% increase from 2016. Despite that increase, the state did take a hit after Hurricane Irma in September. The state losing nearly 2 million visitors and just over $1 billion. Bradenton Area Visitors Bureau officials say the impact could have been much worse if the state leaders did not properly communicate with out-of-state visitors.
There's nothing better to be flat out transparent and honest with the prospective customer, because you want them to come and enjoy Florida and not come to something that was negatively effective.
Visitors Bureau officials say 94% of first-time visitors return to Florida within 11 months, and the goal is just to keep them happy, show them new places to visit so they keep coming back to Florida. A popular Sarasota event is being postponed tonight due to weather. Sarasota Magazine's Best of Sarasota event was originally scheduled to take place at Selby Gardens tonight, but because of the possible threat for rain earlier on this week, organizers moved it to tomorrow night just to make sure it was going to be good weather. All of the tickets will be honored and the event will go on as planned. All of Sarasota County K-9 deputies are getting bulletproof vests. Sarasota County Sheriff's Office tweeting a photo of their K-9 bricks saying thank you to those who donated through a GoFundMe page. About $2,000 in total was donated by the community, paying for these potentially life-saving vests for the Sheriff's Office K-9 patrols. Still to come in your Suncoast News, we'll tell you why when a new study says it's the best time of year to find those affordable airfares. That story coming up.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
Experience the Classical Music Celebration May 11th and 12th at the historic Sarasota Opera House. World-class musicians include guitar duo Charisma, currently touring with Andrea Bocelli. Tickets available online or by phone.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
77-degree air temperature currently, a little bit of fair weather cloud out there, but there's also a lot of blue sky as well. We have a northwest wind coming in at about 13, and the sky still has kind of a little bit of a haze to it. There's still plenty of moisture aloft, but that moisture is being reduced even as we speak by a plume of dry air headed our way. So I think what you'll notice over the course of the next 24 hours is how much deeper blue that sky becomes as we remove some of the moisture that scatters light. It's going to be pretty. Dew point value coming in at 66. That's pretty comfortable. Winds out of the generally west or northwest across the entire region, coming in around 10 to 12 miles per hour most everywhere. And I think as we head through the afternoon, we'll probably see those wind speeds pick up just a little bit. Aloft, we're seeing this cold front sink south, and behind it, the dry air kind of streaming in. That's what this tan color is at mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, this dry air. But you'll notice, I think one of the instructive things about the water vapor imagery, it shows you the swirls and motions in the atmosphere. And it's basically a west to east kind of flow. There's no southward plunge to this cold front. So we are looking at some cooler air, certainly some drier air, but no big cold cool down from this front. You know, it's April. It's hard to get that in April. A few scattered showers in inland areas. Possibility of a thunderstorm in inland areas a little bit later on, about 20% chance of that. The low continues to move away from the coastline, dragging a high pressure ridge into our area with a wind out of the northwest drawing down that drier, cooler air. Another frontal boundary back to the west will be approaching us. That will promise us a chance of Saturday rains, but still, until then, sun, clouds. We'll look for the drier air to move in, and a couple of absolutely beautiful days before we get a slight chance that a weekend rain and humidity begins to return as early as this weekend, maybe even on Friday. Northwest wind at about 15. Boaters watch for that. 2-foot seas building to 3 feet. We'll look for a daytime high today that comes in around 82. Tomorrow, Thursday, even Friday, absolutely beautiful. Plenty of sunshine, temperatures fairly mild, and low relative humidity. Moisture probably returning starting Friday, but definitely on Saturday with a 20% chance of a rain shower with the next system coming our way. And then some drier air returns again. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. In consumer news, there's an art to buying a plane ticket, and a new study is revealing the sweet spot for buying low-priced airfare. Mary Maloney explains.
There are many tall tales about buying flights. CheapAir.com crunched the numbers for its 2018 annual airfare study and found no real difference when you buy the flight, meaning you could find a deal any day of the week. But there is a difference when you fly. You'll find cheaper flights if you travel on a Tuesday or Wednesday. The most expensive day of the week to fly is Sunday. Opting for a Wednesday flight over a Sunday one will save you, on average, $76 per ticket. The study looked at 917 million airfares in more than 8,000 markets and found that for one trip, the price went down, on average, 62 times. That's roughly every 5 days the fare changed by an average of $36. Another finding? Last year, the best time, on average, to buy a flight was 70 days in advance. The study's authors note that fares are flexible, so track fares and buy between 3 weeks and 4 months before your flight to score the best deal. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
The CEO of United Airlines is giving up his annual bonus in the wake of a rocky year. Oscar Munoz made nearly $10 million in 2017, but he says he chose not to accept his bonus to, quote, send a message about the culture of accountability and integrity. The carrier came under fire a year ago when a passenger was violently dragged off a plane to make space for commuting crew members. United also faced pressure from Wall Street as its performance lagged behind competitors American and Delta. According to a company filing, Walmart CEO Doug McMillon has earned $22.8 million during the retailer's last fiscal year. That's nearly 1,200 times more than the company's median worker, who made just over $19,000 a year during the same period. This shows that even after the 2008 financial crisis, executives continue to make significantly more than their employees. A Walmart spokesman said in the past few years, the company has made important investments in its workers, including raising its minimum wage to $11 an hour in February. Here's a recall alert today. You may want to check your freezer if you bought some ice pops lately. The FDA voluntarily recalling more than 3,000 cases of Budget Saver, Cherry Pineapple, Monster Pops, and Sugar-Free Twin Pops due to listeria concerns. The ice pops were sold in 15 states in April, including here in Florida. No injuries or illnesses have been reported, but those who bought these ice pops should return them to the store where they were purchased and get a full refund. Still to come in your Suncoast News, how die-hard Marvel fans could still be a part of a massive movie marathon ahead of the release of Avengers: Infinity War.
The Spring Fever sales event is going on now at Peterson Toyota of Sarasota. Drive a new 2018 Corolla for only $79 per month, the all-new 2018 Camry for only $119 per month, and 2018 RAV4 for just $129 per month at Peterson Toyota of Sarasota.
We are problem solvers striving for answers. Relevancy on every platform. We are driven to create content that's compelling, engaging, where it matters. We are neighbors that care about solutions, believers in making a difference, leaders, innovating in an exciting era of multimedia, reaching to always be the gold standard in our evolving landscape. We are Raycom Media. Find your opportunity today.
I'll be right back.
Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration.
Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
In entertainment news, if you have friends who are really excited about the new Marvel movie, you may not see them for a couple of days. David Daniel explains in today's Hollywood Minute.
True Marvel maniacs aren't settling for seeing Avengers: Infinity War at one of the first screenings Thursday night. They're buckling in for a marathon. Beginning early Wednesday afternoon, several U.S. theaters are showing 11 Marvel movies, from the original Iron Man through Black Panther, followed by Infinity War at 6 p.m. Thursday. About 31 hours of Marvel, all for $75 to $100.
Sometimes a mystery, sometimes I'm free.
There's a lot of Janelle Monáe in her latest video, I Like That, and if you want to see even more, the singer has announced the dates for her Dirty Computer Tour. The 27-city trek begins June 11th in Seattle, Washington, and winds up August 4th in her home base, Atlanta, Georgia. Dirty Computer, the album, drops this Friday.
You're him, aren't you? You're the Goblin King.
Bowie's back on the big screen. Labyrinth, the 1986 fantasy from Jim Henson and George Lucas, starring David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly, returns to nearly 700 U.S. theaters this Sunday, April 29th, and May 1st and 2nd. And yes, fans are encouraged to attend the screenings in costume, but check the rules at your local theater first. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Pro wrestler turned movie star Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson announcing on Instagram his girlfriend Lauren Hashian has given birth to a baby girl. Tiana Johnson, the second child the couple have together. Their other daughter Jasmine was born in 2015. The Rock says watching his child being born gives him life-changing respect and admiration for women. Dancers who have dreamed on being on stage with musical icon Janet Jackson are getting that chance to make those dreams come true. Jackson announcing a Dance with Janet contest on Instagram last week. More than 20,000 people have already submitted auditions online, and even more people showed up in person yesterday at Showbiz Studios in Van Nuys, California. And Jackson is expected to make an appearance at the auditions tomorrow. She's also set to begin her State of the World summer tour in July. Finally, a New Jersey couple praising police for helping them deliver their baby that just couldn't wait for rush hour. The couple was heading for the hospital in New York City in an Uber, but they were stopped due to traffic right outside the Lincoln Tunnel. That's where the Uber driver pulled over, flagged down 3 Port Authority police officers who then helped deliver the baby girl. And the officers, were told, were the first to visit mom and the little girl in the hospital. This is the couple's second child and definitely a day they won't soon forget. What a story that little girl is going to learn about one day, and how she came into the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah, pretty cool. So great weather today. Get out there and enjoy it this week, huh?
Absolutely, yeah. You know, for the next couple of days, this is the weather to treasure, because it won't last long. Summer's around the corner.
Yeah, it is. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you again at 5.